Are you finding yourself on video conference more than you used to, or maybe you didn't do it at all before, but you're finding that your calls are turning into video calls and your in-person events are turning into video calls? Well, I've got a great setup. It's, I think, the best setup for doing video calls and feeling really natural and looking really natural for the person you're talking to. One of the problems with video calls is that we typically don't see eye to eye. It looks like we're not looking into the other person's eyes. And what I've built is a solution to that, to make it really easy for you to look into their eyes and see them at the exact same time. Today in this video, I'm going to share that setup. So it's hard to connect virtually. And, being able to look into someone's eyes is very important. We're really good at seeing when someone is looking just slightly away from our eyes. So if you're in an in-person event and you're networking with someone and they're looking over your shoulder to see who they're talking to next, we really pick up on that really well. So with online video, it's equally important to be looking into their eyes, but it's much more difficult the way it works. So let me show you kind of how it works over here on the computer. So here's a typical setup for a video conference. And if you want to make that eye contact, which is so important, you need to look into your camera. But the problem is then you're not seeing the reaction of the other person. You're only seeing them in your peripheral vision. However, if you do what most people want to do, which is to look directly at the other person, I'm looking into Shannon's eyes right now. To Shannon, it looks like I'm looking at her chin. So it looks like, or I'm looking over her shoulder. So eye contact, super important, but also being able to look at the other person, super important. So we've got kind of this problem that you've probably been seeing on video conferencing. So I've got a solution to this that I've just mastered, and I'm going to share it with you now. Here is my solution. I don't want you to be intimidated. I'm going to cover exactly how this works, but this is something for people who are on video conference a good chunk of the day. And right now, that's a lot of us. So if you're a coach, if you're practicing telemedicine, this is a great solution. If you do one video conference a month or one video conference a week, it might not be worth investing in this solution, but for those who are doing it often, this is a really amazing solution. And let me go through how it works. So we've got an external monitor down here, and I'm going to give you links to all of these pieces of equipment. External monitor down here, sitting inside a teleprompter. The teleprompter has a one-way mirror where the mirror actually is, the camera can see through the mirror, but on the front side, it's a regular mirror. And behind here is an external camera, an external webcam. So the webcam is looking through the mirror, and the mirror is displaying what's on this external external monitor. Now, the way I've got it set up is that this is an extension of my monitor. I couldn't make an exact copy of this, but what I prefer to do is to have it as an extension. You could go either way. See, as it's an extension, what I'm going to do is take this zoom window and make it a little bit smaller because it needs to fit on the smaller monitor, and then drag it over onto this monitor. So you can see here now that my Zoom conference is being displayed on a mirror that's right in front of my webcam. And that's really the key thing here, is that I can continue to look into the webcam. Like I said, that was really important earlier, but I can look at the person and their reaction on the other side. So you can see here that Shannon's eyes are directly in front of my camera. So let me talk about the different pieces here. So one of the key things you're going to need is an external webcam, and I highly recommend this webcam. This is the Logitech C920. It's about $50 to $100 or so, the C920 or the C922. What's really key about the webcam you choose, the external webcam you choose, is that it has this on the bottom. It's called a 1/4 screw hole. It's what mounts to tripods, and that's the key thing. A lot of external webcams don't have that. This one does. This is the one I recommend. Go for this one. So then I have this teleprompter setup. So this is, I want to say, about $160, and this is the part that's really necessary to make all this happen. This is the magic part. It has this cover that covers the back. You're going to need that cover to go over the back of your webcam. And this is a Caddy Buddy teleprompter. And once again, down below, I'm going to provide links to all these pieces so you can get the right pieces. And then the last part is this external monitor, and I think this is a 14-inch monitor. I don't even know how to pronounce this, Zune or something like that. Once again, link below, but it's the size that fits inside the Caddy Buddy tray here. At first I got a bigger monitor thinking that was a good idea, but really I needed this particular size. And it connects to your computer via an HDMI cable or a USB-C cable. And then that is able to cause it to be an exact replica or an extension of your monitor. So our world is becoming much more virtual and video is just exploding right now. So you definitely want to get on board with this. And if you want to appear most professional and really make those connections with your clients, this is the way to do it. Your client might not look quite right to you in terms of their eyes aren't going to be looking into your eyes, but for them, what they're seeing is you looking like you're looking right into their eyes and you being able to see their facial reaction and their reaction to what you're saying. So it looks amazing to the person on the other side of the conversation. And that's what's so important here. So this whole setup costs around $350. And you're seeing I've got a light here. I'm not including that in the cost because you can do this just in front of your window. Just set your desk up so that you've got light on your face. This just happens to be my setup. And I'm throwing in the clear view here, something that you're going to need to raise this up on your desktop to be approximately at your eye level. So you need something, you can't just set this on your desk. This is not the perfect solution, but it works. And the other thing that you can do here, if you start to record YouTube videos and you want to use a teleprompter, what's great about this is you can pull a teleprompter app onto here and start reading your script. So this is going to do double duty. One is allowing you to connect with your clients as you're live, but also helping you to record videos too. So this is a great opportunity. I'm going to do more of a blog post about this too to really get into the details. I want to hear your questions about this. I know this was a quick video overview, but this is such a wonderful opportunity for coaches, for doctors, for therapists. I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible now that we're kind of in the world that we're in right now. So feel free down below, you'll go over to my website, you can set up a 30-minute call for me that's totally free, and that way we can connect and I can answer any of your questions and help you with creating these videos with maybe client testimonial videos. Now's a great time to collect those too, or with maybe you need to just get one message out to your clients and you just need someone to help you with that. So I'd love to work with you. I'll see you in the next video.